We're going to be doing a lot of reading here in this video because it seems like the Arizona Coyotes saga could very well be ending as soon as this season. Who knows? Here's a tweet made by Greg Wyshynski earlier this morning. The Arizona Coyotes tell ESPN they have no comment on the reports that the team could relocate to Salt Lake City to start next season. Okay, great. No comment, whatever. This was earlier in the day, but what ended up happening as the day went on? Well, we have ourselves a few articles and a few tweets. Let's go out there and look at this. Frank Seravalli went out there and wrote this. Sources, NHL and the Arizona Coyotes are working on an agreement to sell and relocate to Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay, that is very, very different from a report that says, okay, yeah, no comment. But this is what Seravalli initially wrote. The NHL is concurrently drafting two versions of the league schedule matrix for 2024-2025. One has the Arizona Coyotes, and another has the Coyotes playing in Salt Lake City in the event of relocation, multiple sources have told DailyFaceoff.com. That does not mean that the NHL has firmed up plans to relocate the franchise yet, but just that the NHL has a viable contingency plan for next season. But the news comes on the heads of billionaire prospective owner Ryan Smith publicly soliciting potential names for an NHL team in Utah earlier this week. As the NHL has been working on dual paths, multiple sources indicate Coyotes owner Alex Meruelo is intimately involved in both. The first, of course, involves the Coyotes remaining in the Phoenix area by building a new arena via the Arizona State Land Trust auction, which is scheduled for June 27th. But there is a very real possibility that the Coyotes franchise is not based in Arizona by that time. The second path involves Meruelo selling control of the franchise in a multi-layered process that would include Smith Entertainment Group paying north of $1.2 billion, part of which is a relocation fee that would be distributed to league owners. Smith owns the NBA's Utah Jazz and the yet-to-be-named NHL team that would temporarily play in the basketball-oriented Delta Center until a multi-purpose arena could be built to adequately house both teams. We are interested, we are ready, and we are a partner, Smith told The Athletic this week. The arena is done. We think we have a solution, and that's my message to the NHL. Okay, so what exactly is going on here? This is a lot of information to take in on a Wednesday morning, but Smith Entertainment Group is already making their pitch. They're already being a part of this process, and they're already in talks. This is a very defined option, a path which would see the Salt Lake City area grab the Coyotes for now, but it's not the only path that's being discussed. Of course, the first one is, hey, look, we could just very well stay in Arizona, and there will be a new arena via the Arizona State Land Trust auction, which is scheduled for June 27th. But here's an update from Frank Seravalli as well, from about an hour after this article was made. Sources tell Daily Faceoff that the NHL, Arizona Coyotes, and Smith Entertainment Group have made significant and meaningful progress on an agreement that would see the Coyotes franchise sold and relocated to Salt Lake City, Utah. The machinations of the potential deal, which would have a renamed and rebranded franchise playing in Salt Lake in October, are mentioned below in the original story from Wednesday morning. The NHL sent an update memo to the Board of Governors on Wednesday amid media speculation. Sources say Arizona players have been informed of a verbal agreement that is in place, but we have received much pushback on that characterization of talks. To date, no deal has been completed. There is much work to be done, and it's complicated and will involve many lawyers. Stay tuned. So, shortly after this article was published and the entire idea of Smith Entertainment Group buying the Coyotes and relocating it came out, ever since this was a thing, we did have the update saying, yeah, no, there's significant progress here. The NHL, Arizona Coyotes, and the group that would bring the Coyotes to Utah, they've all made some meaningful progress to the point that even the players have been told that there is a verbal agreement that the Coyotes will be in Utah. Okay, this is huge. Let's scroll down to the bottom of the article here. Lots of moving pieces. Nothing is resolved at this point. The NHL still has time to play this out for next season, but the clock is ticking, yada, yada, yada. Let's go out there and see some extra tweets made by different insiders amongst the NHL world. Like this. If it's Utah, I think we're going to know soon. Might be even sooner than people thought, Elliot Friedman said this morning on the Jeff Merrick Show. And by sooner, I think you might mean even today. Yeah, today. Frank Saravalli also went out there and tweeted the same thing. Sources told Daily Faceoff that the NHL, Arizona Coyotes, and the Utah group have made significant progress on the framework of an agreement to relocate the Yotes to Salt Lake City, Utah. And then you also had even more insiders saying the same thing. If the Coyotes relocate to Utah, an NHL source says the Coyotes owner could sell the team to the league for $1 billion, and that the NHL would sell the franchise to Jazz owner Ryan Smith for $1.3 billion. The owners would split $300 million. So that's more of the financials about this entire thing. It seems more like a buy and sell again kind of thing. Very interesting for the NHL to do their process like this. The Arizona Coyotes would sell the Coyotes back to the NHL for $1 billion, and then the NHL would sell the billion-dollar franchise to Ryan Smith for $1.3 billion. So a big profit of $300 million, wherein the other NHL owners would be able to split it, so about $10 million each for these other NHL owners. Very interesting process. Like, oh, the Marullo party couldn't just sell the Coyotes to Ryan Smith 1-to-1 and say, okay, we'll get the $1.3 billion. Why need to go through the NHL? But of course, mediation may be necessary in this entire thing since the NHL is very much involved in this process as well. He also had Saravalli tweeting out about the verbal agreement that the players are indeed aware that Salt Lake City very well could be an option for next season. This is gonna be wild, guys. I think we're on the cusp of something really, really big. Honestly, you don't see all this speculation and updates and all this article work coming out just for it to be announced, oh yeah, no, they're staying in Arizona. That's it, we're gonna go down the first path where the Arizona State Land Trust auction will be giving the Coyotes a new home. It's so crazy how there is even the possibility of a second path here, because this one, of all of the buying and selling in Salt Lake City, Utah, it's been picking up so much. I have a very, very big doubt in my head where it's like the Coyotes would go through all this drama and all this stuff would be leaked out, where Salt Lake City is being very much discussed only for the group to go back to Arizona and just stick it out with this land trust auction. I don't really think this is possible. And again, I'm not an insider. I'm not somebody who's in the know. I'm just reading all the articles and tweets that you are. We're all in this together, right? So for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the very real and very legitimate possibility that looks to be more and more likely at this point that the Arizona Coyotes are going to work on an agreement to sell and relocate to Salt Lake City, Utah. The players have already known about this for a while, and it seems like there's significant progress made. So, thoughts in the comment section below about this entire negotiation. The Arizona Coyotes, the Smith Entertainment Group, the NHL, they're all trying to make this happen. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about the money, the $300 million profit that would be shared and split amongst NHL owners? What are your thoughts about this entire Arizona Coyotes saga coming to an end? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.